Yeah, this is 7 billion human being. This is 7 billion human being. The show is called A World of War, haunted by lifetimes, war, death, and starvation. That's what the world's done. From World War I, World War II, to the Civil War, to the wars of the world. The world for all lifetimes of humanities, have been haunted by these wars. Wars that end wars. Wars that are not bring peace. Wars that need to happen. The war in Ukraine, the war in Syria, the fighting and killing in Libya, the fighting and killing in Gaza, the fighting and killing here in America. 520,000 Americans died in the Civil War. The world is haunted by the wars of the human race, by the wars of governments, who declare war for such ease, to declare war with such ease, such quiet, no diplomacy, no diplomatic meetings. Since World War II, Japan, Pearl Harbor, who was surrounded by a world of war. And the human race is stuck in the middle of all these wars. The human race has been stuck in the middle of all these wars. How many families have been displaced, beaten from their homes, their houses, their families? Their children have died. Because it brings nothing but death to the children of our nation, the children of every nation. Starvation, hunger, poverty, sickness, deadliness. And that's a fact of human life. The world has been haunted by lifetimes of human wars. By lifetimes of human wars. Our planet is covered in wars. It's covered in mines. It's covered in unsafe nations. There's no stability in the world. There's no humanity that can stop it but the human race. And that's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human life. We've seen lifetimes wars. Has anybody ever won Russia and Afghanistan, US and Afghanistan, Iraq, prison camps? Has anybody ever won a war? There's no such thing as winning. Both sides lose. Japan and the US, Japan and China, hundreds of millions of lives got lost by the constant meaning of war. It's the only diplomacy left. And you can't stop it. You can't stop it without the human race. You can't stop it without the whole human race being on the same page. That's the simple fact of life. That's the simple reality of life. So it takes us all. Personally, I've seen 3, 4, 5 wars. There are wars all over the planet. A third of the planet is mine. 2/3 of the planet starves. These are the sicknesses of human life that are curable. Well, people don't think peacefully first, but you can't when you're dealing with dictators and terrorists and people who just want to rule the world. People who just have delusions that and people act like these things did not happen. We're not real. We're a part of something else. War is death, famine, starvation, loss of money, loss of poverty, gain of poverty. Poverty gains. We got 17 million hungry children in this country alone. That's the sadness of human life. You know, we have been failed by every government on this earth. We, the human race, have been failed by every government on this earth because they kill, and they bomb, and they blast, and they talk about greenhouse gases, but yet they're sending off bombs everywhere. They're driving tanks and jeeps, all this stuff. And that affects greenhouse gases. There are a million reasons why not to war, but only one reason: war has no end. War has no end. It takes years, decades to rebuild cities. Iraq is a blown-out war zone. Ukraine's got to be the same way. Syria, Egypt, Libya, parts of Israel, still blown out. It's always the war to end all war, built on hatreds and religions and improbabilities that people cannot find an answer to peace, stability, humanity. And that's the sadness of human life. That's the failure of human life. So I do the human news. I do it the human way, the human effects. It's when you commit to these wars, people lose power, they lose electric, they lose water, they lose medical care, they lose food supplies, fuel supplies. They have no way to get to work. We have slave labor now. toxic waste, and all kinds of things that come from these wars and set off nuclear bombs. And they wonder why earthquakes happen all over the world. They spent 50 years setting off nuclear bombs on the ground. This is the world of war, the world of humanity. It's been all, not just here, but all around the world. Everybody's families. Everybody's families. Feel it. Feel the pressure of it. Feel the time. Now you've got the Ukraine, Syria, Russia, in a three-way battle. It's the sadness of human life, the failure of human life. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. Hopefully people will eventually reach enough that I get heard throughout the world. And I hope I get heard throughout the world. I hope people here throughout the world that everybody is needing to stop this. Everybody is needing to stop this. That's the human truth. That's the human life. We can spar with each other, kill each other, slaughter each other, beat each other, blast each other, blow each other up. We can't talk peace. Can't talk humanity. Can't talk human care. Can't talk away static human starvation. When we can mine fields, we can spend $650 billion a year just here on military defense. The safety of our countries. The safety of our countries is the safety of the human race. Bringing the human race together. Bringing all those who are sick of war and demolition derby with bombs to mines and every other thing. Come together under one roof, under one site. That's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human reality. That's the human life. That's the human respect for life. Let's hope we all show it. Let's hope we all start to show it. Let's hope we all start to show it. Because this is the meaning of human life. The human race channel can save a lot of lives. And bring a lot of governments here. And bring a lot of people here. And bring a lot of care here. And bring the NSA here. And bring the CIA here. And bring the FBI here. And bring all the people here who need the answers. We need answers to questions that have long plagued the human race on this earth. And that's the only way to get it. It is the only way to get it. The only way to get answers is to put the questions out. And as long as until you keep putting the questions out, you've got to keep putting the questions out. You've got to keep putting the questions out until the government start to feel the pressure to answer. And then you'll start to get answers. But that's what this channel's for. The human race. 7 billion human beings. I have to change it every once in a while to get my comments, which are usually good. But you get one. Now let's get back to the war that's haunted humanity from the Roman days until now. People fight and kill over believing in God. People fight and kill over whose God is the one. People fight and kill over hate. People fight and kill over bigotry and racism. People fight and kill and rape women. People stone women and hang them. Where's the humanity? Where's the humanity? There is no humanity anymore. We've been haunted by lifetimes, generations of families that send our children to war just to die. Because nobody wins a war. Nobody wins a war. But death. That's the only thing that wins a war. Is human death, human suffering, human carnage. It breeds poverty. It breeds destruction, blown out buildings. Because the people, the doctors, the lawyers, the judges, they all leave. They all take their money and leave. That's why Iraq is in such a bad shape. That's why Afghanistan is in such a bad shape. All the people that have money went right out. They took their money and ran. But as long as you have people like Bin Laden and Saddam Hussein and Putin and other people like that who believe that war is the answer to everything, people who try to dictate human life, tell human life what to do, how to do it, where to do it. You're going to have war. Because it's called human oppression. Human oppression. And that's the sadness of human life. It needs to stop. It needs to stop in all nations. The human race needs to stop and take a breath and realize that their voice is a force beyond any weapon on this earth. Their voice is united. Or a force like the world's never known before. It's a belief like the world's never known before. We have to put aside our issues and our differences to stop these wars, to bring peace, stop the children from dying, stop the killing from happening. We have to do it. Because governments aren't going to do it. That's the human truth. That's the human life. And we're living in violent, war-ridden, turbulent times. Rape is up, crime is up, unemployment is up, economies are tanking. And what's the human answer? The human race. That's the human truth. Well, people can believe it or not. That's the human truth. Put enough voices out there in the world will begin to listen. The United Nations will listen. Syria will listen. Russia will listen. Ukraine will listen. And people have to get it out. People have to become part of it. People have to become part of the solution. Because there are enough people that are part of the problems. As long as you have people like Assad and that power, you're going to have death. You're going to have war. You're going to have rape. You're going to have killing. The poor people of the Ukraine, upheaval because of the bad economies. Economies are bad because governments are wasting billions and billions and billions and trillions, killing and slaughtering and sending against the human race. That's the human truth. That's not just in this nation. It's in every nation. It's in every nation. Where military rules, you have no happiness. You have no rights. You have no freedom. Now you've got terrorism going on in China. But that's the way of the world. People think killing everybody, killing everything. Guns are the answer to everything. They're not. Voices are. Human beings are. Caretakers are. People want a better world for the next generation of their families. Instead of sending them off to some foreign land, be butchered or killed. Sent back here to the VA where they can't take care of them. They're backed up. One guy already committed suicide. That's the human news. That's the human neuse. Bergdahl was rescued. There are 16,000 to 35,000 vets that don't get care. One guy was already so depressed that he killed himself. And suicide is up in the military. Suicide's up. Oh, you even have rape in the military. Sexual assaults. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. Where businesses are allowed to profit of slave labor. Foreign nations that are at war. Just so they can put more money in their pockets. Money has become a loaded weapon. Money has become a loaded weapon. That's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human reality. This is what we deal with. Religion is trying to control every aspect of a human being's life instead of letting that human being live. Worship God as they wish to do, as they do. No human being was made to be repressed, dictated to. Not by a religion, not by a government, not by a dictator, not by a warlord, not by a tribal, not by a terrorist. We were all born free. We were all born with freedom of speech, human rights, human freedoms. We come screaming into the world. We have to scream our way through the world to make it stop and bring an end to it. And that's the only way it's going to stop. That's the only way it's going to stop. Because as long as you have governments, you're going to have wars. Until you have a human race network that speaks for the human race only, the human being, each human being, and every human being, will never end. Will never end. And that's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human life. Is everybody has to become part. People not only have to speak out in the streets, but speak out online, where it reaches around the world, where it reaches humanity, where it reaches the human race. Hand in hand, like I said, it becomes the human race. It becomes a strength that's unbreakable, that's unbendable, that's unmoving. And that's the human race. That's the human being, or earthling. As we need each other now more than ever, all across this world. Stop the heresy of wars that has gone on for lifetimes and generations of our human lives, our families. That's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human life. That's the human reality. This is the 7 billion human being news. Thank you for watching.